Previously on Trips and Holidays.
Hello YouTube, I'm at Manchester Airport. This is an EasyJet flight. We're going to Geneva. So we're going to have this car for the next week. We're starting here in Geneva, then we're going to Nyon, and then we're doing Interlaken, Lucerne, finishing off in Zurich, and then from Zurich we'll get a sleeper train to Budapest and go down to the Balaton, and then spend a week at the Balaton, and then go up to Budapest. We'll spend half a week and then go home. So it's going to be pretty action-packed 3 weeks. So we made it to Geneva, and we made it to the lake, which is about 200 meters from our hotel. Good morning YouTube. We are here outside our bed and breakfast in the town of Saint-Georges, up in the Alps near Nyon, and not far from the lake Geneva. However, we are leaving the lake today. We are heading to Interlaken, which is between two different lakes. Probably. I believe it's the water that they. Oh, it's an ICE. Didn't know they came to Interlaken.
Crepes.
Hello and welcome back. Here are our apartments in Interlaken. So we arrived, unpacked, then we went shopping for the night. Because things in Switzerland are generally expensive, we decided that while we're here for the next 3 nights, we're going to eat at home a little bit. This will be our kind of base camp, and we'll go out to places, mostly by car. But one place we are going is the Jungfraubahn, which will take us to the highest railway station in all of Europe, which should be pretty exciting. Yeah, so this is the end of part 1. Part 2 will have all that good stuff, and part 3 will be Lucerne and Zurich, which is where we will finish our Switzerland holiday and move on to Budapest. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Good morning YouTube, we are here in Interlaken, a town between two lakes in the middle of Switzerland, and today we are going on the Jungfraubahn, which goes to the highest railway station in Europe. But first we've come to Interlaken West Station to ask about the half-price card, which might save us a bit of money, and also buy our tickets, although we need passports to buy the cards because it's only available to non-Swiss residents. So Dad's run back to the apartment to get those, and I'm just going to chill here for a bit. Maybe if there are enough trains past, I can make a whole train spotting episode out of this. That'll be fun. A couple of hours later, we've now left our flight, having had a leisurely morning and breakfast, planned our day. We're going to walk across Interlaken to get to Interlaken East Station, and from there we take a series of trains up to the top of the Jungfrau, changing trains at Lauterbahnen and also Kleinschidegg, pronunciation of which I have probably utterly screwed up on. But hey, that's what happens when you go to a different country and you're British. So as per the 2 cable cars we went on over the past few days, the Téléphérique Salève and the Le Diabloette. I will be including clips of that in this main video, but the main full extended videos will be separate and they'll be uploaded later than this. You can find them in the link down in the description below. Let's do some of the Swiss stations. After about a half an hour walk through the rain, we've made it to Interlaken Ost. There's a train. I don't think that's what we're getting on though. So Interlaken Ost is the main station of Interlaken. It's connected to Interlaken West. It's one straight line. Although Interlaken Ost is also where several smaller railways start, including one branch of the Jungfraubahn, which is what we're taking. Although you have to change twice to get to Jungfraujoch, which is the top of the hill where we're going. I just find it hilarious how you can go direct to Berlin, but you have to change twice to get to the top of a hill. To the trains. Ah, this might be our train after all. Look at all this. Here we are at Windesville, where evidently there's an interchange to another tiny railway of some sort. There are loads and loads of railway lines around here. Unfortunately, we can't do them all. We'd have to spend weeks here. Where you can change for trains to Grindelwald, where I'm presuming J.K. Rowling saw the place on a map and gave her the inspiration to create the character Grindelwald from the Harry Potter series.
Die Seilbahn nach Nyon, Abfahrt 13:08 Uhr. Lauterbrunnen. Your next connections, the regional train to Kleine-Scheidegg, departure at 13:07, track 3. The cableway to Mürren, departure at 13:08.
1307 platform 3 for our connection to Kleine-Scheidegg, or however you pronounce it. I still don't know. It's all very seamless and clever, this system. It's designed to make connections, but because there's so many different connections you can make, it makes more sense, I suppose, to run it as separate trains. But we've got like 10 minutes here anyway, don't we? Lauterbrunnen.
I want this one. Coffee.
So we're now on the second leg of our journey on this delightful little wooden train going up to Kleine-Scheidegg. So this is actually a cogwheel. That's Lauterbrunnen. That's where we started our journey, all the way down there. All the way down there you can see the station where this train departed from about 5 minutes ago. We are doing some insane gradients right now. This is also a cogwheel actually. I thought it was just the last leg that would be a cogwheel, but it's actually this one. It's also a cogwheel, and I realised because it would be physically impossible to do this gradient otherwise. Oh, look at that! They've got a panoramic coach. You see that? Look, Mum. Panoramic coach. high up in the mountains. Looks like they're building or rebuilding a depot here.
Final stop.
We're now leaving Genève on the final leg of our journey, the Jungfraubahn up to Jungfraujoch, which is the highest railway station in Europe. And we've arrived at our first station, where you can see absolutely nothing because we're in the middle of a cloud. Meanwhile, this station is just a suspended platform with about
Imagine living there.
15 meters worth of stairs to get you down to the two houses, which this station's here we are at the
IJsmer, 5 minuten Aufenthalt. IJsmer, the stop is for 5 minutes.
Right, here we are, IJsmer, let's get back on the train. So there's a quick stop off here. We're buried inside the mountain. So I think the actual Jungfraujoch station is also underground. You have to climb up or take a lift or something to get up to the top, where there are various wintry activities. Come on, back up. The altitude is messing with our heads because we all feel very tired.
Please return to their seats. The train will depart in 2 minutes.
We're suddenly very tired and very lightheaded. We reckon it's the altitude.
Jungfraujoch, top of European station, we wünschen einen schönen Aufenthalt. Jungfraujoch, top of European station, we wish you a pleasant journey.
Here we are, the highest railway station in Europe, which is odd because it's underground.
Jungfraujoch, bitte. Please, people want to board the train.
And we made it to Jungfraujoch, highest railway station in Europe. It's here, the Sphinx base structure, which I'll have to show you a picture of because obviously I can't take one from outside. It looks rather garish. Looks very much like what you'd imagine a colony on another planet, human colony on another planet to look like. Unfortunately, we're in the middle of a cloud and we can't see anything. We've come all the way up here, and there's this great big whiteness outside. And out we go into the snow. Ooh, and it's cold, and it's snowing. And you can't see anything. I'm currently getting bombarded by snow. Oh god, it's so the wind is... I need to go back inside. Ah, it's so cold. The temperature's not that bad, it's just the wind. The wind makes it feel about 10 degrees cooler. And the lens is completely fogged up, you can't see a thing. Oh Jesus, look at that. Here we are in the ice palace. Ooh. Hey now the floor is ice. Here we are on the plateau, so we're no longer on the base, we are now actually walking on a a bit of the mountain. So obviously there are ropes, obviously, so you don't go anywhere where it's jagged or dangerous. It's just like, I can't see a thing. I've got my sunglasses on to protect my eyes. I'm not sure you can see a thing either, because I think the camera lens is all fogged up. So I'm not sure how much you can see, to be honest. Unfortunately, we've probably not come on the best day to do this because it's cloudy. So you can't see for more than 10 meters. But even what you can see is some pretty spectacular formations. And just the fact of being up here, this altitude, this friggin' freezing considering it's the height of July. Snow. Even if you can't see anything, it's still pretty spectacular to come here. Oh, no, This is David Frankal, top of the Jungfraubahn. Oh, it's cold.
It's going to take like 0.3 meters or so. It's solid rock.
It's that famous Swiss Lucerne.
So we came back here.
You look so weird.
Hoping that the wind had calmed down a bit so we could get a better view. Although it looks as though it's probably even worse than before. Let's find out. It seems relatively calm. Let's see what happens when I poke my head over the edge. It's slightly better than before, actually. To the station! Thanks, Dad. And here we are back at Genève, where we move on to leg 2 of our journey, which is the train to Lucerne. And hopefully this one will have a panoramic car that we can sit in. So we've decided for a bit of variety, we're going to go back the other route and go via Grindelwald. So we came via Lucerne and we'll go back via Grindelwald. And off we go. A slight variation from a last minute alteration on our way to Interlaken via Grindelwald. Sounds like the beginning of a song. You can also walk it if you're insane. I suspect we are now at Brandegg, which is... no. We're at Brandegg. That means tickets or something, I don't know. Office. Entrance, whatever. It's a request-only stop, since nobody has requested that we stop. We've not stopped at the request stop. I believe this is our final station before Grindelwald. So we have reversed. Reversed at Grund. Okay, I won't expect you to say the fourth one, it doesn't really count. And we've now arrived at Grindelwald, and that over there is the Bernarobellandbahn. The train which will take us back to Interlaken Ost with a 2-minute connection time, so no hanging about, let's go! Here we are at Grindelwald, the namesake for one of the baddies from Harry Potter, of course. And here we join the other branch from Lauterbahn and Lauterbrunnen. So the final leg of our journey is a Swiss intercity train which goes all the way to Basel, but obviously we're only getting off at the next station, which is Interlaken West. And it's a very cool mainline train. It's got first class and a buffet car.
See it on the map.
Nächster Halt Interlaken West. Next stop Interlaken West.
Why? For me, there's not enough for both of us. There's enough.
A bit of a slow start today. We woke up quite early because we were going to go quad biking. However, it was raining pretty heavily, so we cancelled for today, and we'll probably do it tomorrow on our last day in Interlaken. So we might do something indoors today, possibly a spa. However, we're just kind of lounging about at home, so I've decided to drag my dad out to go see a little funicular railway just round the corner from Interlaken West Station, which I saw on my map when we arrived and wasn't sure whether or not it was real. Turns out it is real, and it's called the Jungfraubahn. So thought, why don't we go have a look? So this is the Jungfraubahn funicular, one of the many tiny funiculars in the area, as this very hilly Swiss area is just full of cable cars, funiculars and ski lifts. Interlaken's main funicular is of course the Harder Klum, which goes much higher up. This is just a small little bonus one that we thought to come check out, give it a spin. So we have come just a little bit too early. The first one's at 10 and it's now 9:15, which is very annoying because it's almost close enough to just wait out, but so we might come back later, hopefully. Although our schedule's becoming rapidly building up, I'm starting to be concerned about whether or not we'll have time to do everything. But oh well. That's the Jungfraubahn, which we'll hopefully come back to later and take a look at. It looks very sweet, and there's also various other activities to do up there, including another bobsleigh, because you can't have enough bobsleighs. What are we doing? What are we doing? Good shot.
Out.
So to finish the day, Mum and Dad decided to surprise us with a chocolate making tutorial workshop, which was really fun.
So, chocolate fondue, anyone?
So during the whole thing, we also showed the cocoa bean, which is supposed to be really bitter. But to be honest, I kind of like it.
Yeah, you would like that.
It is bitter, and it makes you wince.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's a
You would
cocoa
like
bean.
the coffee beans as well, probably.
Yeah, I've had a coffee bean. You can't really swallow them though. Keep it in your mouth for a while, but then you have to spit them out. So, I believe that's probably the end of the day, unless you've got something else planned. Tomorrow we are leaving for Lucerne, and we will be travelling on a panoramic railway, the Golden Pass, specifically the Brunig railway, between Interlaken Ost and Lucerne. We'll save that for another video. Day 6, we are now leaving Interlaken. We've dropped the quad biking for today. Instead we're going to do the funiculars before we head off. We're splitting up, so Mum and I are going on the Brunig railway, one part of the Golden Pass line, which will take us to Lucerne, where we will meet Dad and Noam, who will drive because they're boring. But first, Noam and I have come out to do some errands. We're buying a hat for Noam from a shop, and we are picking up the chocolate we made yesterday. So we picked up our chocolate, and what I found pretty funny was how we didn't need a receipt or anything. We just said how we made chocolate yesterday. We were Team Manchester United, and she was like, okay, here's your chocolate. So anybody could have just walked in and picked up the chocolate, but nobody would, because it's Switzerland. I think that's pretty cool. Also, Noam has asked me to clarify that he is in fact a Chelsea fan for some reason, and he does not endorse the name of our chocolate making team. I personally do not support any team because I couldn't care less. Hello and welcome back. Here we are back at the Jungfraubahn following day. We've got all 4 of us now, and we're going to go on it. It's actually opening, as we know. Starts at 10. It's a cute little funicular, which also has a bobsleigh at the top. Which, Noam, are you excited for the bobsleigh? I'll take that as a yes. To the trains.
Are you traveling backwards? Yeah, I will see the view.
So that was the bobsleigh. I lost my hat, my cool hat, at the top. So I spoke to the guy and he said I can go back up and get it. So basically, by being an idiot and losing my hat, I've managed to score as a free extra ride on the funicular. Isn't that cool? So I got the hat back after that. Also managed to score as a second round on the funicular and the bob, which is actually a very good trick. So if you want to go twice, just lose your hat at the top and you'll get to go again. I did not do that on purpose, but I could have. Anyway, I think this is mostly it for Interlaken. I think we split now, and team train going to head off to Interlaken Ost, and then we're going to go off to Lucerne. I don't know. So Dan and I are going off in their car, boring, and Mum and I are taking the panoramic Golden Pass Brunig line to Lucerne. But first we have to hop from Interlaken West to Interlaken Ost, which we can do with our free pass from the hotel, because Switzerland. I know. Usually it takes 2 or 3 to break even, but because it was a particularly expensive journey, it broke even by about 180 francs. Shush.
Oh, this is the harder one.
That's the harder one. It's not that spectacular.
Huh?
Not that spectacular.
No. I have to feel it's closer to this one than that one.
What, Interlaken? Yes, it is. That was never any doubt.
So last chance.
There's the Jungfraubahn. Should we go on that one? That looks fun. So we're here at Brienz station, and if you remember from the London May video, there was the glorious Hackney moment where I was on the overground train and I overtook my parents and now I'm in the car. Just a little flashback. Did you see a train pass you? Yeah, I'm on that train. Yeah, so that just happened again. We just passed Dad and Noam in the car.
No, they passed us, to
They-
be honest.
They were in the car park of Brienz. I have no idea. Maybe they stopped just to wait for us. But we kind of had another glorious Hackney moment there, which was very funny. Now the question is, who will win the race to Lucerne? The answer is definitely them, because there's about an hour's walk between the station and the flat. But it'll be a leisurely walk by the lake, so it's not too bad. No, that's a Desiro. Hello YouTube, I'm at Manchester Airport. This is an EasyJet flight. We're going to Geneva.
On our way to blooming Disneyland. So I'm making a little video for David about the metro. That is the metro. Ligne 2. Port of Nation. We are traveling in the direction of, and this is Gare du Nord. Juste pour toi, David, mon David. And this is one of my favorite lines because obviously you can see a lot of Paris.